Hey everybody, this is Leo here. Another session of One Community conversations with interesting people from our community that make our community a better one. And today's guests are very, very special to me because they're good friends of mine. And they've been helping so many people around our community, cyclists, swimmers, triathletes. And I'm so happy that this is happening. And so here they are, Mike and Lori Dunlap from Dunlap and Dunlap, Lock and Key Realty. All right, guys, take it over.
Hi, Leo. Hi, Coral. And everybody in Facebook land, hi. First of all, we want to thank you, Leo and Coral, the community together.
One community.
One community, and keeping us informed through this craziness. And to everybody out there, please continue posting your workouts because it keeps us motivated. And of course, keep posting your silly memes during this crisis. Mike, take over.
Hey, we finally did it, baby. Dunlap and Dunlap, live television on WLEO.
God help us.
God help
We're
us.
giving Mike the mic.
We're giving Mike the mic.
No.
One thing that we want to state right away, all you people know us and you know how low key we are. Low key of Lock and Key.
Low key of Lock and Key.
And so formal presentations are there, but it's not really our style. We like to make it very informal. And what I like to do today is talk about the state of real estate, like Lori said, but in a way that is light and very not detailed. We will go through the process of how to buy or sell a house in 15 minutes or less. And we welcome all questions. So the state of real estate today. Oh, one thing I wanted to do though is give a shout out to Chris and Nicole Dufala of
Yes.
Lock and Key Realty, our wonderful brokers.
Best brokers ever.
Best brokers ever. So the first thing is that real estate is an essential business in Florida. So going out and doing the process of showing houses and getting loans and having title companies have appointments with us is all legal. It's not curfewed. So feel free to do that.
We're wearing face masks when we
Yes.
go out. Compliments of Shane Foley. Thank you, Shane.
Okay, everybody, we had some technical difficulties. I guess Zoom is really busy doing wonderful things for everybody, but so are we. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys log back in and see these wonderful people talking. So Michael, you were saying?
Yes, I was talking about the low inventory of homes. It was down to 2.5 to 3 months of homes. If all the process went as normally does, without any new homes hitting the market, we'd be down below 3 months of inventory. That means a balanced market is about 6 months of inventory. So the leverage is in the seller's side right now. Since the coronavirus hit, what happened was some houses got pulled off the market, which makes even a tighter inventory. So if you have a house to sell, now is the time to do it. You have less competition out there. There's still a lot of buyers looking because the interest rates are still low. They're still under 4%. And sometimes around about 4.5%. But the best way to check that is to check with your lender. We don't always want to stay in our lane. Check with your regular lender, or we have a preferred lender, Heather Cugno of Pioneer Mortgage, and you can PM us for her contact info. So if you have to buy now because of relocation or end of lease, you still can. We've showed houses just yesterday. Then there's a process we'll go through. I'm going to go through that process, but very lightly as a general overview. I'll go through the buyer consult or a listing appointment, showings, offers, inspections, appraisals, loans, and closing, but I'll go through them quickly. The timeline of buying or selling a home is the same as it's always been, but how it's done today can be very different. And it all depends on you and your comfort level. for a buyer consult or a listing appointment, we'll come to you. We'll go through the whole process, all the details, and we'll be there from this first part of the process all the way through the closing. We can do that today through video conference like we're doing right now. If you're selling your home, we still need to see it, of course, to go over the comps and go over pricing. So we got to take a look at your house, but we can do that again with our great Foley masks and gloves, and however safe the seller or the buyer wants to make it. Doing a showing, as everybody knows, today looking at a home, the first thing you do is go on the internet and set up a search, but we like to go right directly to people through the MLS, and instead of going through Zillow or Realtor.com, because everything there on the MLS is completely up to date to that day. You can find a home that you want to see by scrolling through a bunch of homes, and then you tell us in one way or another, email, a phone call, or marking that home, that this is the one you want to see. From there, we can either take you there, setting up a showing with the seller and the listing agent with mask and gloves, and or we can go on a video call. We can go to the house and we can show it to you through FaceTime, or take a virtual home tour. Once we do that, if you're still very interested, if it's not a house that you don't want anymore, then we can go in and actually show you the house. So it depends again on your comfort level. As a seller, on the other hand, we can schedule showings through appointments only. We can have, for instance, all the lights will be on already, so nobody has to touch any light switches or faucets. We'll have our buyers wear gloves and masks, and actually take their shoes off so they don't track stuff through the house. We've done that just last week. So after you see the house, you decide now it's time to make an offer. We'll go through another consultation with you and negotiation, and I'll agree on what we want to offer. And we do that over the phone. We put together an offer, a 12-page contract usually. And what happens then is you need to sign off on it. Well, all that stuff can be done electronically under DocuSign, an e-sign, a .loop. There's a lot of different software packages that can do that. Once we get together an offer, we send it over to the listing agent. And what he does then is send it to his clients, the sellers. It depends on which part of the contract you're on. And they'll e-sign it. So all this can be done without any meetings, face-to-face. It's all done electronically. And that's really an interesting thing today, because there is no face-to-face contact, and everybody is, I don't want to say sterile, but non-infected. Once you get past that point and they say, yeah, this is a good price, and everything is signed off, then you're called an executed contract. We go to an inspection. Inspection is done by a licensed inspector, and you can contract with them, and we have lots that we could give you, and you can choose one. Everything is done e-signed again on the internet. You pay him through a credit card on the internet, so you never even have to meet the inspector. In the old days, last month, yeah, the old days, we would meet the inspector at the house, and you could join us if you're a buyer. And usually we're there for 3 or 4 hours as he combs through everything in the house and looks at all the important stuff. And then he'll tour the home with the buyer, pointing out things that need to be changed. The grout here in the shower isn't done, things of that nature. And then he'll send you a report. Usually it's a pretty thick report, 54 pages. Today, the inspector will also inspect, but he'll give you a video tour of any areas that concern. A little bit different, but he still sends you the same nice thick report. If you're a seller, the appraiser usually meets the listing agent at the house for 1 to 2 hours, and then he sends a report to the lender, and then the lender sends it back to the buyer. All that stuff is done without the seller even happened to be there. Same thing today. The seller usually isn't there during appraisal. So all that's done electronically also. Trying to get a loan to buy a house, applications and docs are uploaded to the lender's website, and they're all e-signed. So when they ask you for tax returns or whatever, as long as you have them digitized and scanned, you can send them right to the lender. Again, no face-to-face. Everybody is comfortable. Closings are getting pretty interesting now. It used to be when you wired funds from the bank to title, you had to go to the bank. A lot of banks are doing that now right from the website. So if you have an account with them, many banks will have a way to electronically wire. During closings, it used to be you had to go to the title company, sit down across the room with a bunch of agents and the buyers and the sellers. And today you don't have to do that at all. It's usually the closing agent and the buyer. We went to one on the 3rd of April, and the buyer and the closing agent sat at one end of the table and we were way down at the other end. You can have a mobile closer come to you in your house and sign it. There's even a place in Minnesota that has drive-up closings. We know of at least one title company here on US 19 that you can stay in your car and they'll bring the papers out to you. So everybody is very aware of today's environment and what's going on with it. So far, we've had, since this started, 4 different closings. 2 were VA, 1 were cash, and 1's conventional. We didn't have any real problems with the closings. You know, there's always a roller coaster involved, 30-day process. Some of us in this circle understand that. But all 4 of these closed ahead of the 30-day schedule because everybody worked together. Both realtor sides, title company, the lenders, everybody had one goal in mind, and that was to get to closing and get the people to have their house sold or get the people to have their house, to buy their house. So that's a quick overview, of course, of the entire process. It is complicated and there is a lot of steps in it. I just wanted to brush over some of those and show you that the environment is there, that you don't have to wait to buy a house, and you definitely don't want to wait to sell your house. We appreciate Leo, WLEO, and Coral, and the One Community. And if anybody wants to discuss their situation with us afterwards, we're on Facebook at Dunlap and Dunlap, and we'll be glad to talk to you. So from us to you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay away from others. Leo, you have any questions that came up?
Well, so far, for some reason, our screen is frozen, but the audio is still going on and people can see us on Facebook, so that's good. But so far, there's no questions that people, no questions right now so far.
Good.
Okay.
Well, we're here for anybody. We've worked with many triathletes, cyclists, and runners over the last 3 years and had a great time doing it, and appreciate everybody's business. Good?
Good.
Awesome. So Lori, how about you? You had anything to say about, how your experience on all this is being like such a blessing for so many people, because you are always smiling and giving that sense of security to people when you talk to them. So I think that's one of the things that I love about you guys, that you create a great team.
Awesome. Thanks, Leo. Yeah, we've met some great people. We've met a lot of good friends doing this, friends we had before, and then new people that we met. So it's been a great experience working with triathletes and runners and cyclists.
And after you get to know people and realize that this is a huge financial decision for them, and bringing our expertise and being able to help them, it's it's like being part of the family, like Leo's One Community, and we love to do it. We really enjoy our job. It's not really a job for us. I get to work with this angel and every day, and it's great.
Awesome. Well, again, everybody, so you can add any questions, and these will be saved on Facebook, and Mike and Lori will see the questions, and they can always answer it, or you can just send them a private message, or they have a page. It's called Dunlap and Dunlap, and then you can go in there and see all the wonderful things that they're doing for our community.